Hello my favorite audience and welcome to this video about the 7 best heroes to pick to rank up fast. I've selected the very best ones and I'll share some valuable information about in which situations those heroes are really dominating the battlefield. Let's not waste any more time and start with the first hero. The first one that really can't miss in this list is 1-1, and I'm wondering if there's any player who doubts it. Well, she isn't that strong as she used to be. Welwen is still a true nightmare for a lot of heroes. Her high mobility, skill that removes the CC, combined with her dangerous ultimate makes Welwen a really powerful marksman to play. A cool thing about her is that she doesn't need to buy boots, because most of her movement is done by jumping after basic attack. This means she can build 6 offensive items to maximize her damage output without losing mobility. This extra item really shows off in late game, when the enemies have 5 offensive items at max, while Welwen dominates the battlefield with 6 of them. Welwen is a really strong pick against the less mobile heroes. Also, heroes with only 1 CC skill don't harm Welwen that much because of her second skill. I suggest you pick her against heroes like Layla, Cecilion, Gord and Estes. Welwen also goes really well with the next hero on our list. That is our Johnson, which goes well with a lot of different heroes. He is really famous because of his ultimate, but it's not the only thing which makes this tank such a great one to have in your team. A well-balanced tank also needs some CC skills, and Johnson really meets this criteria. All of his 3 skills have a form of CC, which goes from slowing enemies up to stunning the target. Also, the damage and shield of his abilities scale with his total physical defense. Building big amounts of physical defense gets another benefit, because his ultimate adds up to 30% extra physical defense, based on his level. So you might guess that Johnson is a really powerful hero if you match up against a team that heavily relies on physical damage. I love to have a Johnson when 4 or 5 enemies can't deal magic damage. So you want to pick this tank against heroes that deal a lot of physical damage, like Beatrix, Aldous, Moskov or Hanzo. While Johnson don't deal that much damage on his own, combined with a great passenger, he's one of the best combos out there. Then a hero that's on the rise lately, Faramis. Before his revamp, Faramis was quite a terrible hero, to be honest. He didn't get picked that often, and the only nice thing about him was his voice. But nowadays, Faramis can be a real game changer, mostly because of his ultimate, and it only takes a bit of timing to have a really high chance of winning the battle. Casting this skill prevents Faramis and his allies from getting killed for a few seconds, and adds a shield and extra movement speed. When a hero gets killed within the period of the skill, the hero revives again. This is so much better than his previous ultimate, where he also was able to revive his allies, but they will die again after the skill. Now you just have some kind of resurrection effect, just like the item. In early game you don't have that much team fights, but Faramis really helps in late game. Just wait until a team fight starts, cast the skill and you have a big chance of winning. I think Faramis is a quite strong hero to pick at the moment and fits well in almost any situation. But he's especially strong if you pick him against heroes with no healing abilities, because it increases the chance of winning a team fight. Therefore pick him against heroes like Eudora, Carrie, Cho or Chang'e. The next hero don't meet this criteria, because he can heal quite well. The very next hero on our list you definitely want to play is Julian. He's just such a powerful hero and not that hard to play. I really like the fact that Julian doesn't have an ultimate, but just 3 even powerful skills. However, he's able to cast a stronger form of one of the skills when he ends his combo with his certain skill. All 3 of them can be great in a certain situation. The first skill deals the most damage. You want to end the combo with the skill if you need to deal a lot of damage. The second one makes him move a distance while dealing damage to multiple heroes. Great if you want to use your combo and return back to safety. Then his third skill can be used to CC the enemy, which is quite useful when you attack with 1 or more allies. Julian is a great hero and can be played as a jungler or at the side lane. However, I prefer to play him as a jungler. He's quite powerful against heroes with bad mobility or heroes that are weak from close combat. That's why I suggest you use him against heroes like Sicilian, Veil, Layla and Gort. Julian gets banned often, but when he's available, you definitely want to pick this hero to dominate the battlefield. Next, I have another marksman for you, Beatrix. She's really a versatile marksman because of her 4 different guns she can use. The green one is made to deal a big amount of damage from a far distance, but it's the most hard one to aim. If you know how to aim well, this can be a scary gun for the enemies. Then we have the red gun, which also needs to be aimed, but is a lot easier. It deals area of effect damage and helps to clear the minion wave fast. I personally don't like this gun a lot against heroes, since it's kind of slow. Next we have the yellow gun, and this acts like a shotgun. It deals really high damage and has 2 bullets, but the downside is that its range is really low. I probably don't have to tell you that it's dangerous to come close to an enemy when you play as a marksman. Finally we have the grey gun, which acts most like a normal basic attack. It doesn't have that big of a range, but its DPS is really great. Beatrix is strong if you match up against a marksman with low DPS. She's also strong against heroes that have to come close, but it really depends on what guns you like to use. You can pick her against heroes like Claude, Hannibal, Hilda and Aldous. There are only 2 heroes left, and one of them is Masha. She's a hero that really has it all. High movement speed, a big amount of HP, great damage and the ability to disarm a target, which is great in certain situations. Building her tanky provides extra HP, which helps to improve Masha's abilities. The big amount of HP also helps a lot to tank the turret hits, so no hero is really safe inside of a turret when Masha is around. Masha is really a hero that you want to pick in the right situation. Like I said, her skill to disarm a target can be really powerful against the right heroes. I like to choose Masha at the XP lane when I match up against a fighter that really depends on basic attack. This way I can cast her second skill and have 2 seconds to attack the target. Well, it can't hit me very well. A few examples of such heroes at the XP lane are Argus, Guinevere and Alice. But she's also a wonderful pick against all marksmen that use basic attack, especially 1-1. That's because when you make her unable to use basic attack, she also can't jump, and this is when she becomes an easy target. She might not be the most obvious pick, but I dare you to try out playing her a few times. There's only room for 1 more hero on this list, and this time we end with Lunox. In my opinion, she became a lot stronger when Mutton changed the mid lane minions to 4. Now she can use the yellow part of her first skill way more effectively, because she can heal up a lot better. Try to hit the enemy hero as well to heal up big time and deal damage too. There's a good chance the hero can't hit more than you can heal in early game, so just play a bit aggressive. Also, Luno's combo is one of the coolest ones, because she has 2 ultimates and 2 different first skills. It's a quite long combo, but a part of the time she can't be hit by the enemy. Also, her purple ultimate can deal a lot of damage against a single target, but choosing the right location is crucial for her surviving. Lunox goes really well with some items that add effect to her skills, because she has one of the best area of effect damage skills and a low cooldown. This way you can slow the enemies, reduces the healing effect, as well as removing some magic defense quite easily. Believe me, this really helps in a team fight. I love to pick her against heroes with low HP and are vulnerable to slow effects. A few of such heroes are Argus, Nana, Cho and Gort. Because of her yellow ultimate, she can also counter heroes that rely on CC quite well, so you might also pick her against heroes like Selena, Sylvana and Nana. Use her in the right situation and Linux is a really powerful hero to use at the moment. This was my list of the 7 best heroes to rank up right now. I'm really curious how your top 7 would look like, so please leave a comment which heroes you would include. As always, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you again in the next guide.